Welcome everyone to the Infernal Brotherhood of the scruffy-looking nerf herders. This is a live streaming Star Wars video podcast by Star Wars fans for Star Wars fans. And today we're going to do our review of the whole series of Star Wars Visions.
Visions.
Yeah. Quite the build.
What's that?
It was quite the build-up, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, as the series itself, it was there was like this huge build-up. Oh, it's gonna be 9 stories. Like it actually originally started as 10, but then which one was it? The Duel, or was it?
Yeah, no, it was the Ninth Jedi.
The Ninth Jedi ended up being combined into one. So, Star Wars Visions is an anime anthology series of 9 short films by different creators set in the Star Wars universe. They reached out to 9 different studios that were sort of at the top of their game, are at the top of their game, and just gave them free reign to do whatever type of tangentially connected to Star Wars universe story they wanted to give. And they did.
Yes, they did.
They did their thing. I came into this wanting this. Like I was really, really excited.
Dude, I think everybody was like, because I mean, this is pretty much all due to that one fan TIE Fighter film that was made years ago. Like when that shit came out, everybody was like just beating their dicks raw because of it. So this was like, let's see what happens when there's money behind it.
Yeah, and again, people were so excited. There's tons of watch parties going on when it first dropped. And again, there's like 9 episodes, and they're all range from like 13 to 22-ish minutes. So that's a hell of a watch party for these 9. I don't know if I would have sat in past the first or second one.
See, I would have after the first one. Like, I'll be honest, I fucking loved the first one. That was just like, that's what I was kind of hoping it would be.
Yeah. Well,
and then that second one. Yeah, let's get into
that because I do want to sort of give a little bit of time for each of them. What I've done here is written down the actual synopses of each episode. I didn't write it. I stole it from online. So someone else
No, fuck that. You wrote it. You are
I copied and pasted wrote this myself. Really quick, so the Vision stories were not required to adhere to any of the established Star Wars timelines. And as James Wao says, we really wanted to give these creators a wide creative berth to explore all the imaginative potential of the Star Wars galaxy through the unique lens of anime. We realized we wanted these to be as authentic as possible to the studios and creators who are making them, made through their unique processes in a medium that they're such experts at. So the idea was, this is their vision riffing off all the elements of the Star Wars galaxy that inspired them, hopefully to make a really incredible anthology series unlike anything we've seen before in the Star Wars galaxy. And it is different.
It's very different. We have not seen it before.
So you said you loved the first one. Do you want to do the synopsis for the first one?
Yeah. So first one's the Duel. Yeah. The studio was Kamikaze Doga. So basically, it's an alternate timeline. 20 years after the fall of the feudal jet. Sorry, I'm trying to look around my fucking camera.
Oh, gotcha.
Anyways, so after the fall of the Jedi and stuff, and the Imperial Empire, whatever, took over. So it starts with the Wanderer, only known as Ronin. He's got his dope ass little R2 unit with the dope hat. Like I was already sold as soon as I saw the robot. It was pretty sweet. But yeah, so basically he comes up to this village, and then all of a sudden, Remnant of the Empire shows up, and this is what I loved about it, like getting to see what would happen if all that armor just kind of got dropped off in feudal Japan and was repurposed. Like that was fucking awesome. Like no joke. That's what I was hoping to see. So, when we get the first soldiers coming out of the vehicle, they got busted up TK shit. Like they're wearing different elements of the helmet. Just so goddamn cool. Yeah. And then the Sith stepped out, and she was a fucking badass. It's just so good. And then the fight ensues because of course there's going to be a duel between the two, and then the Ronin guy wins because of course he's not the bad guy. But then he opens up his cloak, and it's like, oh fuck, look at all those Sith kyber crystals. Is he a Sith? Is he a hunter? We don't know. They never explain.
Yeah, in the synopsis they said that he was once a Sith, but
Mhm.
he's become like a hunter of them at this point, which I thought was interesting. One thing,
I didn't see that part.
one thing I found really interesting about these was that I felt a lot better about them after having watched them after I read the synopsis of them. Because the
Mhm.
synopsis tells you stuff about it that is not clear in the show itself.
Yeah, no, I didn't get any of that
So
when I was
it
watching.
was like, it's stunning. Like a lot of this, because it puts it in the timeline where it's supposed to be, and it sort of gives you a little background and stuff. This one, I agree. I thought this was a really great beginning to this series.
Mhm.
The animation, I really like the visual style of it, but all in all, there was this point where the Empire Remnant was like talking down to this villager kid, and then there was this weird cut that you could tell there was supposed to be a speech by the like mayor or whatever, the town leader, about
Mhm.
how they're not going to give in to the Empire, but that was cut out of it, and so automatically the guy was just like, it doesn't matter what you say, you're still gonna submit to the Empire. It's like, wait a second, he didn't say that. And then 2 minutes later, he said it. And so you're like, is
Uh,
this just bad editing? Did they forget that they
I
dropped a
I
scene?
totally didn't notice that.
It
But
drove me nuts.
well, to be fair, like I watched this shit the night that it dropped. Like I stayed up so I
Oh,
could
wow.
watch at least the first episode. And then of course with all the buffering and trying to get it onto the servers and shit, I didn't end up watching this until almost 2 o'clock. So
Whoa.
it was sort of like, I'm awake, damn it, I got this, I can do it.
I can do
Yeah,
this.
that's funny. I'll definitely watch that again.
Yeah, I don't know. As soon as it happened, I paused it. I went and looked over at my wife. I was like, did you just notice that? Like, what the hell's happening? And that wasn't the only error that I was, and I don't know if they're hiding behind the animation style, but it felt like there were some serious editing errors and then audio errors. And I know there's dubbing. So,
Dude, the fucking audio. That's what I was talking to Jen about earlier. And then she yelled at me. She's like, why don't you just put on the fucking subtitles? And it's like,
oh yeah.
fine, you and your woman's logic. Yeah, no, like a lot of the episodes, like I had to rewind shit because I couldn't fucking hear it.
It was just bad.
Like music was here, dialogue was right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like another part of the writing that there's just subtle comedic back and forth that out of dubbing, like it doesn't land at all. So maybe in its original language, to people who understand the language, they're like, ha, that was funny. In this, there were some jokes that were hitting on one of the last episodes that were really not good. They were just stupid. It was like it was trying to force you to feel a certain levity that was never landing. And it had to be the language barrier. It just has to be, because otherwise it's just really shitty.
Well, no, I wonder if there even was like an original language version of this, or if this is the original version.
They said that there's 2 credits for every voice actor. Like,
Oh, is there?
Yeah,
Oh,
so I think
I
there
didn't
is.
watch.
I didn't watch the subtitle version either.
That's fucking stupid, because like I would prefer to watch a subtitled anime
Yeah, me too.
versus a dubbed anime any day of the week.
Mhm.
It's so much better, because even though you don't understand the language, you'll still get the nuances of the voice.
Yeah.
And then like as you combine that with the dialogue, it makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a good start, but it also sort of colored my experience moving forward. Because I'm like, some of this isn't landing. It's not all tens here. It's got like really great style, which I really loved, but everything else was just sort of falling under that. And in my opinion, it just went downhill from there.
Yes, I agree. I mean, there's a couple good episodes in this that I like the legit thoroughly enjoyed, and have like maybe 1 or 2 complaints for, but yeah, I almost didn't finish the season, especially after this next one.
Yeah, I had to sit down and just say, I'm going to watch this because I have to talk about it. So this is going to happen. And I kept finding myself reaching for my phone. I'm like, no, just focus.
Oh yeah. No, the whole time it's like, God, this sucks. Hello, social media that I despise.
Yeah.
Take me away. Oh no, I can't.
It must be better than what I'm experiencing right now.
Yeah.
Are we buffering? Like my little thing kept saying it's like stopping, but I'm not
probably because it's coming in perfect for me.
Oh really?
So yeah, so it's probably just garbage.
Okay. Well, the second episode is called Tatooine Rap City. It's by Studio Colorido. In a battle during the Clone Wars, a Jedi Padawan named Jay attempts to escape from the war, only to stumble upon a Hutt named Gi. Gi offers to take Jay in if he becomes the lead singer of Gi's rock band, Star Waver, and Jay accepts. Years later, during the reign of the Galactic Empire, when the members of the Star Waver are hunted by the bounty hunter Boba Fett. Fett eventually captures Gi and reveals that Gi's relative, Jabba the Hutt, wishes to execute him due to Gi not wanting to be a part of the family's crime syndicate. Jay inspires the other members of Star Waver to go to Tatooine and attempt to save Gi. They manage to convince Jabba to let them play one more song together before Gi's execution. The song is loved by the execution's audience, and Jabba becomes the band's first sponsor. I did not enjoy this at all.
Not even remotely. Okay, here's the first problem. I didn't know that Gi was a fucking Hutt. I thought he was at first because it's like, oh, well, he's a giant fucking slug. Why wouldn't he be? Well, he's got hair and his eyes are weird. Okay, maybe it's just a different kind of animation. And then you see Jabba and it's like, he's clearly, you know who the fuck he is. So then it's like, oh, okay, this must just be some random fucking space bounty that he's trying to get. Mm-hmm. And the dude's disguised as a rock musician. So yeah, I really should have read these synopsises first before watching them. I did not get that at all.
Yeah, I should have read it before as well, because I probably would have enjoyed it a little bit more.
I don't think I would have.
Because this one was cutting time so much, it felt like they were trying to do this weird rock opera thing, but it just didn't land. The music wasn't interesting or good.
Yeah.
I wasn't particularly a fan of the style of animation either. I don't know.
No,
this one just was a dud for me.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. This was what turned me off. Like, I mean, there's worse ones than this, but man, that was just like, oh, okay, so that's where we're gonna go with this.
We're gonna go all overboard. All right.
Yeah.
Well, and it seemed like they tried to make it more interesting because they threw in the pod racing, what is it called? The Banta Classic or I can't remember. Anyway, the pod racing scene at the very end.
Yeah, I don't know.
On Tatooine, and they threw in Boba Fett, and he's really hot right now again. Because the series is coming up in season 2 of The Mandalorian. I mean, there's just so much that it seemed like they're trying to cash in order to make it more interesting than it actually was. But it would have been as bad if the entire thing just happened in some dude's mom's basement.
It changed nothing. And the thing is, like, my problem with it is I'm not connecting with any of these characters.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason for me to continue watching them. And the thing is, like, I watch short films quite often. Like, it's not that difficult to, grab somebody by the nuts in like 3 or 4 minutes and just pull them into a fucking story. Mm-hmm. And these can't.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm clearly watching something different than most other people, because I've seen some really glowing reviews for this series. Mm-hmm. And I could see, a little like back and forth as an honest review, but to just be like, these were all amazing and they're the favorite thing in the world. And like some of them didn't even feel like Star Wars, even when it showed clearly Star Wars stuff on screen.
No, that was my biggest problem. Like, you can take elements of it and keep it within the realms of Star Wars. Yeah. Like the first one. All you have to do is samurai film with some fucking laser swords. And guess what? That's Star Wars. But no one did that.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, so that was Tatooine Rap City.
Yeah.
Not much to say. Do you want to do the twins?
Yeah. So this one, I'm still kind of on the fence about how I feel. And apparently this is the aftermath of the Empire's defeat. So we'll start with that. Again, none of this shit comes across in the story at all. Like, I'm just like, oh, cool, there's 2 random twins. And they've got a Star Destroyer with a fucking motor or something in the center. Cool. But yeah, so there's 2 Force-sensitive kids, obviously twins, thus the title of the thing. They have a twin Star Destroyer, and they're going to do something. I honestly don't even really remember it. I just remember not liking it.
I had a hard time remembering this too. I had to read the synopsis and I was like, that is not what I watched.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking, because it was just, hey, what are you doing? We're supposed to do something. Hey, fuck you. I'm going over this way because you're bad. Yeah. Hey, fuck you. I'm cool and you're not.
Well, check the
let's fight.
synopsis, because this is totally different. It's like using Sith alchemy, they were able to create 2 Force-sensitive biological twins named Kar and Am. I didn't get any of that.
No, I didn't even know that they were created. Like, I didn't realize, because the one is clearly a good guy.
Yeah.
Like, dark side people look like dark side people.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah, apparently they were created, became the leaders of the Remnant with a new super weapon to destroy the New Republic.
Yeah.
And then the one disappears and is like, fuck this. Let's not do it. And the other is like, hey, fuck you, let's do it. And then they fight.
Yeah.
And then a crystal split in half.
That was supposed to be the Kyber crystal powering the double Star Destroyer.
Oh, yeah, because there was only just the one crystal. Okay, I remember that now. Sorry, I'm looking over all this. Like, I don't remember any of this shit.
Yeah, it was all... It's just... That's the worst. If you can't tell the story without knowing the story, then you failed.
Yeah,
like,
I
just no...
I just watched this shit yesterday. Like, I know I've got a bad memory, but...
Yeah.
God, like, I should at least remember a little bit of this.
Yeah, after like the 4th one, I could not remember this one at all.
Yeah, no,
like,
I've already forgot it. Like, I remember the end where they're on the on Tatooine. Apparently, I didn't know it was Tatooine, but apparently they're on Tatooine, and he's like, I'm gonna save my sister. It's like, dude, your sister just tried to fucking kill you. You crash landed on a planet. Just fucking let her go throw a temper tantrum somewhere else, man. Live your own life.
Live your life, man.
Not worth it.
Yeah, and just the fact that these are so short and they don't seem to do any like character development or story development at all. They just sort of jump you in midstream and then pull you out before the end. It's really, it's not a contained, like, digestible experience. It's so frustrating. And the fact that they release it all at once, which encourages streaming. And so you're going from episode to episode to episode. You're not allowed to have that sort of moment to reflect at all.
Yeah.
And so it just goes right out of your head. I think they really did themselves a disservice doing that.
I don't, because I don't think the people that are going to like this don't really give a shit. They're just like, oh, they're doing something new. Huzzah. Yeah.
Huzzah. Yeah. All right.
That's pretty much how I see it.
Well, let's do The Village Bride, because this one I actually thought had some pretty good stuff in it. So this is Kinema Citrus is the studio, I believe it's pronounced. Years after the Great Jedi Purge, a fallen Jedi named F is drawn to a remote planet by an explorer named Valko. Valko explains the bandit raiders have reprogrammed old separatist battle droids and are holding a village hostage. The village chief's daughter, Haro, and her fiancé Asu intend to surrender to the bandits as collateral the following morning, when Haru's sister Saku wants to fight the bandits. The next morning, the bandits reveal that they've captured Saku and attempt to execute her, but F and Valko intervene and kill all the bandits. F then departs the planet. What I liked about this was that it actually showed some interesting takes on sort of that Jedi with that huge weird helmet, and it was different enough, but it still had enough connective tissue, and I got the story they were trying to tell.
Yeah.
It was just a clear sort of like, no, we're occupied, and there was a monologue to explain it. That we're occupied, and, we're going to get married and then surrender, and the sister was like, no, let's fight, like, we know from Ryloth and stuff. Yeah. Ryloth? Is that right? Ryloth?
Yeah, Ryloth.
I suddenly started thinking of The Last Starfighter.
No, Ryloth is the Twi'lek planet.
Good. I know my Wars of Star. Yeah, so that's, and I didn't think the animation was objectionable at all. It was different than the other two, but it was still okay. It was good,
Yeah, no, I all around dug it. It was okay.
Yeah. All right, well, that's all we need to talk about.
Yeah, no, so, I mean, that was the thing. I will give it this. It was an example of feeling like Star Wars without even remotely feeling like Star Wars. Like it was like watching an anime where they slightly ripped off shit, but it worked. Yeah. So it was good. It was good.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, as soon as you say that, it didn't feel like Star Wars, and I don't think any of these really felt like Star Wars. It felt like, Well, we'll get to those.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure. It felt like, it took elements of Star Wars. So, like, as a kid, I would play role playing games, and I would just take whatever from whatever in order to play. I didn't even consider what. I'm just making stuff up right now, but I'd pull in Tigger if I wanted a comedic element or something in an adventure. It didn't have to be contained to this universe that we all knew about beforehand, and so that's kind of what I was. I was reminded as just playing in a sandbox. I was like, oh, this is kind of fun, and I like the idea because we had so many stories like it in the Clone Wars that I was able to relate to it immediately. And so anyway, that's why I enjoyed it a little bit more.
It was nice too, seeing, like, I forget what they called it, but their essence of the Force, essentially, like being one with the planet. Like it was similar enough that it almost felt like the EU. Well, now EU or whatever. Right. Like just a completely different aspect of the Force that, like, nobody's aware of except for these people. So, like, I bought it. I accepted it.
Yeah, I thought his hat looked dumb, but I liked when he threw it. So,
yeah,
that was the best part of the hat, is getting rid of it.
Definitely.
Do you want to do the Ninth Jedi?
Yeah. So Ninth Jedi. It was production IG. So I'm just gonna fucking read it because. Yeah. So many generations after the Jedi Order became mostly extinct. Margrave Juro. Oh, okay, never mind. I remember this one now. Okay, so yeah, a guy sends out a bunch of calls to Jedi because even though the Jedi Order is extinct and nobody knows what the fuck they are, there's still a couple random Jedi out there. So, anyways, he invites a bunch of people to his planet of High Islan, I think, in order to receive lightsabers because lightsabers are completely gone. Like, the Order is so extinct that they don't even have weapons anymore. Which, it's like, how the fuck are you going to be a Jedi without a lightsaber? Like, that's just that's literally a part of your ascension, is creating a lightsaber. But whatever, we're not going to get into that. But yeah, so a Jedi named Ethan arrives at the temple, meets the other 6 Jedi, and then they're greeted by Juro's droid, who presents the first lightsaber to Ethan and promises that the others will arrive shortly. On the planet's surface, the blacksmith Jima, I think, we'll go with that, finishes constructing the other 7 lightsabers, including one for his teenage daughter, Kara. Suddenly, hunters working for the Sith arrive, capture Zima as Kara escapes with the lightsabers. Kara finds transportation to the temple, presents the lightsabers to the other 6 Jedi, who reveal themselves actually to be Sith members. I know, right? Totally didn't see that coming. I was happy that it came. But yeah, they're wishing to assassinate Juro. As the Sith close in around Ethan and Kara, Juro's droid reveals to be actually Juro disguise, and then he helps defeat the Sith alongside. Sorry, got too much shit apparently in front of my monitor. Alongside one member of the Sith who turned to the light side, Kara and Ethan join the ranks of Juro's new Jedi Order and set off on a quest to find Jima, who is being held on Sith-occupied planet. Because, yeah, he gets captured.
Yeah.
This one was good.
I didn't mind this.
I liked it.
I liked the crystal connection part of it. Where it's like a mood ring, where it's like, it just represents how you perceive the world and how you could be influenced by other people around you, and that would affect your your perception, because that's reality, that's life, that's just how it works. But I really like that aspect. It reminded me, again, you mentioned earlier, it reminded me of the EU. It just felt really old school Star Wars in tone, and I liked that one of the Sith guys came back. He was like, you know what? That is a bad idea. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it was fantastic. And the thing is, this is more closely tied to original Star Wars than Disney Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, oh, these crystals are red because we're evil, not because we made a fucking Jedi cry or whatever. Like, Christ, come on. Yeah, no, I love that. And it was really cool to watch her sit there and fuck people up with essentially an invisible lightsaber. And then, like, as each pass comes, it's, a little bit more color, till she fucks shit up, and then it's just bright. Like, that was pretty fucking cool.
I'm waiting for all of the really pissed off bro guys to get angry about that girl being a Jedi. But
Right.
I enjoyed the hell out of it watching it when she was like taking her speeders. Some of those sounds were
Mm-hmm.
taken right from Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Like I loved that connection. And the further we get in episodes, they start pulling in music that is dangerously close to John Williams,
Mm-hmm.
if not ripped off from John Williams. And so it started to feel more, connected to the Star Wars that I know and love, rather than just being some weird side project or something.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about with this episode?
Now, this is the one where I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe this isn't that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And then we go on to this next one.
It's funny because there's one part I like about the second one, but it's not from what the second one is. It's just what it made me think of. And I was like, ooh, that's good. All right, so Toby, or T0B1, is made by Science Saru Studio. Shortly after the Great Jedi Purge, a droid named Toby lives on a deserted planet with his armless creator, Professor Mitaka, and dreams of becoming a Jedi Knight. One day, Mitaka tells him that in order to become a Jedi, he becomes, it's very Pinocchio. He must find a kyber crystal so he can forge a lightsaber. Toby scours the planet, finds nothing. He defies Mitaka's orders to never enter his basement, discovers a starship, and accidentally signals an alert to Sith Inquisitor to their presence. Mitaka reveals himself to be a former Jedi and hides both Toby and his old lightsaber hilt. When Toby leaves his hiding spot, he discovers that the Inquisitor has ransacked Mitaka's lab and killed him. Toby continues his research and successfully terraforms the planet, but is confronted by the Inquisitor. Upon fixing Mitaka's lightsaber, Toby is revealed to be powered by a kyber crystal himself and designed by Mitaka to be able to wield the Force and ignite the lightsaber, kills the Inquisitor in a duel. He then departs the planet to explore the galaxy and uphold Mitaka's legacy. What I loved about this was the aftermath. After his master died and he was just there working, I immediately got in my head, I'm like, there's no one telling him what to do. There's no boss. There's no master. It's just him living his life and having a hell of a good time. I was like, I wish I could live my life like that. I have to work for
I just
money.
want to hang out and grow stuff.
Yeah, like
that sounds awesome.
I immediately started like daydreaming as I was watching this. I didn't like the art of this one. It's just not my style.
I didn't mind it. I mean, the problems that I had with it, and this is just really, it's kind of nitpicking, but like the whole idea of the Force, like droids can't use the Force. Droids can't wield the Force. I mean, we've had some moments of some semblance of that, but never like this. And then
it defies the whole point of the Force. It's a living entities influencing your living body. It's the whole reason why Anakin is not as powerful as he is when he's Darth Vader.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, so I had a problem with that, and then the whole kyber crystal reveal thing. It's like, dude, if you're powered by something and you take it out of you, that's gone. Your power's gone. Like, we all watched Iron Man when Tony Stark pulled the fucking thing out. He almost died. Like, come on.
That's why I pull nothing out of my body.
Yeah, no, everything stays there as much as possible. Yeah, I mean, I did love the final battle with the Inquisitor. Like, that shit was dope, especially when his droid comes up, attaches, and he turns into another droid. Like, that is what I was hoping for.
I thought it was
with
going to
anime.
go full Voltron or something.
Yeah, exactly. That was dope as hell. Yeah, I mean, it was good. Yeah. If there was a one-word summation of this series, it's meh.
It's for real, as is evidenced by our text chain when we were watching it.
Oh my god, yeah.
The Elder. You want to talk about the Elder?
Yes, let's go with this one. Whoa. Okay, so I didn't
either.
Holy
I know what you're
fuck.
talking about.
Right. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through it. So this was by Studio Trigger. Centuries after the death of Darth Bane and the initial extinction of the Sith, Tajin and his Padawan Dan, because that's a fucking Star Wars name.
Dan.
I seriously was like, "There's no way in hell that's what that kid." Nope, that's what that kid's name is.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Anyways, they set out to explore the Outer Rim when Tajin senses the disturbance in the Force. They land on an isolated planet and arrive at a remote village where they learn of a mysterious elder man who hiked onto the mountaintop. Dan decides to follow the Elder's trail and meets the man, who reveals himself to be a former Sith who left the Order before it fell apart. The Elder wounds Dan, and Tajin arrives to fight the Elder. Tajin narrowly manages to kill the Elder, who in turn who turns into rocky sediment and destroys his ship before he dies. As they leave the village upon Dan's recovery, Tajin tells Dan that being a Jedi means being kind-hearted, so they end up not like the Elder. Which, that synopsis doesn't do this fucking episode justice. Like, this was what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
I fucking loved this episode. And now knowing that it's based off of, like, Bane and shit, kind of.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, this is the one where I said the writing was really bad. There was some jokes between Dan and his master that just were not landing.
No,
there was
no,
facial like cues drawn in to help play that. Yeah, he's talking shit. It's just all straight. Everything was played straight, jokes and everything. It's like, that's lame. And then we see the Elder. I was just like, ooh,
right?
What is this? I liked it. I don't know if I don't know. I appreciate that wicked illustration of the old man and the way they focused on his yellow teeth and the wrinkles in his eyes, and they really landed what they needed to in order to get me completely into it and wanting to see what happens. I loved the initial duel, him talking shit to Dan. He's like, well, your name's Dan, so die.
Yeah.
Fucking Dan. And Dan is wildly overconfident in this. I don't know why he would ever think that he would have a chance. He can't even feel like the Force, you know, like this huge event. And he's like, what did you feel, Master? He's like, you didn't feel that? He's like, I felt nothing. Yeah. His Master's haircut. I don't know what that little thing is, but apparently it's a new thing. It's a hip, cool thing.
Makes it mysterious.
The animation was great. I love the back and forth between the bad guy and the Master. I can't remember what his name was. What was his master?
Tajin.
Tajin.
Something like that.
I liked that. I thought that was fun. And I liked that little moment when he had approached, Tajin had approached the village elders, and Dan was sitting back, and he like sort of looked over and had a little bit of a playful interaction with kids. I thought that was a nice little addition, because then it took the focus off of the Master and allowed you to appreciate who Dan is at his heart, which is important when you're talking about Jedi and Sith. You need to know who, what they're made of.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought this was one of the better ones for sure.
Yeah. No, I love this one. It was pretty goddamn good.
Yeah. And this one also played with that music that's dangerously close to John Williams. I don't know. Anything else you want to talk about with this one? It was a good one.
So honestly, and we glossed over it when we first started talking, but the Ronin, that one's being turned into a novel, which I get, and having now watched it, I kind of want to get it. Just I figure I've read some really bad Star Wars as of late, so I figure it can't be much worse than what I have read. But this, like, I want to fucking get the prequel to this, like the old man
the timeline.
Like holy shit, that's because we don't know anything about that. So
I thought all the Sith killed each other. He left just before that. So I guess like all of his buddies were like, I'd be after you, but you left like a week ago, so you're okay.
Well, that's one of the frustrating things about when Disney took over, because essentially the fate of the Jedi series, that's where it was going to lead to, was what happened when the Sith dissipated. So, I mean, at this point, I don't even want to know, because it probably would just let me down. But fuck, man, I want that so bad.
I
guess we got to take the Ronin.
Yeah. And we get Luke being super badass Luke and his son. I mean, it was great. Anyway, what are we talking about? The Elder. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about with that one?
Nah, we got it. That pretty much covers it.
I'm not sure I remember how to pronounce this, but I think it's Lop and Ocho.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is from Geno Studios. During the reign of the Empire, a rabbit-like alien slave named Lop escapes her captors on the planet Tau and is discovered by the planet's clan leader, Yasaburo, and his daughter, Ocho. The latter of whom convinces the former to adopt her as a daughter. 7 years later, the Empire has occupied their planet and is exploiting it for natural resources. Yasaburo wants to drive the Empire off their planet, while Ocho wants to cooperate with the Empire. After failing to convince Yasaburo to join her, Ocho enlists into the Imperial Navy despite Lop's protests. With Ocho gone, Yasaburo passes down the family treasure, an ancient lightsaber given to the ancestors, and passes it to generations to the Force-sensitive Lop, and departs to confront Ocho. Ocho blinds Yasaburo in a fight, but Lop arrives and injures Ocho, who is forced to flee. Lop then vows to return Ocho home. I enjoyed the story.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was great.
Yeah,
I like
it makes me
the
laugh.
Little bunny too.
Yeah, well, and that's the funny thing. Like, I had some of the shit that I've seen was people bitching about, oh, why is there a bunny in Star Wars? It's like two things, motherfucker. One, there's already humanoid fucking bunnies in Star Wars, which is canon at this point. And two, it doesn't fucking matter. It's a separate thing. They can do whatever the hell they want. But yeah, I want a fucking movie of this. Yeah. Like, I don't just want like a half-hour show. Like, give me a good 90 minutes, 2 hours of this, and I'll eat it up. I loved it.
The writers of this should have shown their script to all of the other writers and all the other studios so they could understand how to do a build-up of a character so that you care about Lop. And then you see Ocho's reaction to her and how welcoming she is. And you get a little bit of dynamic of, well, is the Empire really bad for the planet? Or are we just, are we able to work in the system to change the system? And I mean, I thought there's some interesting nuances that were just sort of played at, but weren't really explored. That, yeah, to your credit, if we got a movie of this, we would be able to explore those complex ideas. When he was giving that lightsaber over to her, I was just like, this is beautiful.
That was beautiful. Yeah, straight up.
Ugh. It drives me crazy that you can have some really, really good stuff, and then it just, the next minute, goes pure garbage. Like, how are you all at the top of your game? They are, but what are you doing here?
Yeah. Well, and that's the funny thing, because this isn't one of the studios that got two, because there were two studios that got 2 episodes, right?
Yes.
So it was
Saru and
yes.
I think Studio Trigger, wasn't it? Yeah. It is.
Yeah, which is just asinine, because I mean, this was my favorite out of all of them. I mean, it felt Star Wars enough, but it also felt like its own thing, and I think that was like, it was just a perfect blend of that.
Yeah, I was getting mad Solo vibes.
Yeah, straight up.
And I didn't mind it at all. I enjoyed it.
No, not at all. It straight up looked like Corellia.
Yeah.
But feudal Japan Corellia with bunnies. Yeah, no, I loved it. Yeah. Like, I want a movie of this.
I think it'd be great. It'd be great. Yeah. And this could be just the short little setup, to what happens with those two sisters, trying to work on each other. I don't know. It could be.
Well, see, and that's a proper short. Like, it's concise. It's to the point. It's a beautiful bite-sized nugget, but you want more. Like, it was perfect.
For sure. Yeah. Do you want to talk about the last one?
Yeah. And this is a great way to end the series, or end the season. I'm hoping series. So this was Akira. This was by Science Saru. Prior to the initial extinction of the Sith, a Jedi named Tsubaki, I think I'm slaughtering that, has been suffering from visions of an unidentified individual dying in front of him. Reunites with his old love, Misa, a princess that has been overthrown by her dark side wielding aunt Masego. With the aid of guides, Senshu, and I'm just going to call him Comanche. That sounds cooler, and I can say that. Tsubaki and Misa make their way to the royal palace. Masago captures Tsubaki's friends and overpowers him, then attempts to convince him to join her as her apprentice. When Tsubaki refuses, Masago's masked henchmen attack him. Tsubaki kills them, but accidentally kills Misa dressed in their uniform, just as he has foreseen, because why wouldn't he? Completely broken, Tsubuki agrees to join Masago, forming a dyad to resurrect Misa, and departs.
I didn't get the dyad connection. I thought it was just master apprentice.
Yeah, that's. I mean, they touched hands, so obviously that means everything. Yeah,
It's the
no, I didn't
touching
get
of the
that.
digits.
This one was just bad.
Yeah.
The animation was not good. The story fucking sucked, and it was a very unsatisfying ending.
Yeah, and it's interesting that they ended it on a downer. You
Yeah.
know, on a story that's just a downer in every way.
Hmm.
And I don't know, you can tell they tried to do that sort of like flipping the script on you by showing that he's had this vision of this dying person in a mask that comes, you know,
Hmm.
clearer and clearer as we get to the end of the film. And then it reveals that that's his girl, you know, that he's
Hmm.
come to help protect and put back into power. It felt like it was supposed to be like a, oh shit, but
Hmm.
it didn't feel that way at all. I was like, oh yeah, okay, I got that.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even like at no point when he was cutting them down did I think she's one of them. But once it happened, I was just like, okay, I've seen that done before. I buy it.
Yeah.
And it should have been like, oh shit, you know, it should have been something cool. I don't know.
I just kept waiting for the vision to like swap out and then him stop the scenario.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it ended, I'm like, oh, okay, so that wasn't the extended vision. Okay. So that's what happened. That's good to know.
I don't know.
Because that's the way it's set up, because he kept getting the flashes and then it flashed into that, and then
Yeah.
it just stayed that ominous red the entire time, and then it was over, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'm stupid and I didn't catch that.
I don't I can't wrap my brain around the idea of like you're good, you're good, you're good, good, good. Something bad happens, and then fuck it, I'm bad. Like the speed in which he joined her in order to raise his love to be the bad guy forever and never see her again. That
Hmm.
didn't make any sense to me. Like a Jedi would have been like, no, I'm not gonna. No, you know,
Hmm.
it took Anakin a lifetime of like leading him to do it.
Yeah.
So like this is just super quick. I don't know. I didn't buy it.
Yeah, I didn't either. Yeah.
And the ending of it, like if there was like a plan that that bad girl was Masuta or whatever was working
Mhm.
towards Misago, if there's just anything to make me think, oh, there's a story after this, then I would be like, oh, cool, this is gonna be interesting. But there was nothing. It was just like,
No.
okay, I'm bad now. All right, the end.
Well, the
Awesome.
resignation was just so quick and easy. Like, if you've devoted your entire life to something
Yeah.
and then you switch like that, there's no way in hell you're not going to have some sort of resignation or, anything. Like, he just gets up like, oh, okay, I guess I'm going. Bye. Glad
Do I
you're
have to
not
change
dead.
my robe? Do I get a black
Yeah.
robe? Yeah, it's I don't know.
Yeah. I
So
didn't
that was
like
it, and that was the last one. It was after I was done, I was like, yes, I'm finally done. I was like, I should not
Right.
feel this way.
Yeah, no, I'll give Disney that. They're really good with consistently making people go, thank God it's over.
If that's like their sole reason, where we just don't understand it. It's like,
Hey, you
oh,
know what? If it is, good on them. Like,
yeah,
they're
they're nailing it.
100% consistent.
Yeah, dude. This series, I went into it really being excited about it, watched
Mhm.
it, started actually hating it in moments, and then ended with this sort of like you said, meh. You
Mhm.
know, I just don't care. If they have a second season, I don't care. Will I watch it? I don't know. Like,
I'll watch it. I mean, honestly, even with this, like, I'm probably gonna go through and rewatch it just to see if I was just being a fucking poopy pants while I was watching them.
right.
I mean, I don't think I was, but still. Like, and the fact that they're pretty short, I mean, with the credits, they're like 10 minutes long. So, or, well, without the credits, rather, like 10 minutes long. But yeah,
I
it,
kind of want to go with the original dubbed version instead of English dub.
yeah, I really think that would make a difference.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing, like, especially if you're going to do something like this. This is geared to a very specific set of people. I mean, of
Yeah.
course, it's geared towards Star Wars fans, but when it comes to anime people, like, they're a whole different breed of people.
Oh yeah.
And the majority of them, like, prefer the original language with subtitles. Like, that, for me, that's the only way I prefer to watch anime. Like, we're going to see Spirited Away on Monday.
Hell yeah.
in theaters, and I'm super excited, but it's also dubbed, so it's like, ah, damn it! I thought I was gonna read the whole time. But
That's a crazy.
yeah, I will. Yeah, fuck yeah, I love it. I will see that shit anytime I can in theaters. Yeah, I do hope that they do end up releasing a separate set where it is the original language.
Yeah.
But I don't know why they wouldn't have done it to begin with.
I'm wondering if it just defaulted to English and you could change it in the subtitles or something like that.
I'll have to check.
I want to check because I do want to. I swear, actors make the whole fucking movie. You know, maybe it's just an English actor who's just not as good as the original, isn't pulling the same cues. Like I feel like, I don't know, maybe not. I still want to like this. This pisses me off. It is, and be excited about it.
Right. I mean, I'm glad that at least there are a couple that were fun. Like, I guaranteed I will totally watch Lop and Ocho again. Like, I fucking love that one. And I really, really wish they would expand on that.
Yeah.
Back to my review of it. Meh.
I wonder if this was a sort of dip in the toe in the feature film size storytelling in the future of anime. You know what I mean? Like for Star Wars. Because I know they have like mangas and stuff like that and comics. That's not really the same. If you're, anime, people who love anime are very particular about the styles and studios and artists and everything. They are obsessive about it, and mad respect. It's just not what I'm into. But they're gonna want, they're gonna see one of these that just connects with them. And they're going to want to see more. And I feel like if this does well, then maybe they'll start doing just like DC does. They'll do like a comic book movie, from a comic book series or whatever. And then, like sort of just a one-off. That would be kind of cool. I'd like to see Star Wars.
I would eat it up.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't watch all of them because it's just not my style, but I like that it's there, I don't know. I'm glad this exists. I'll put that. I'll say that.
It is nice that they're branching out a little bit, doing something that hasn't been done before, but that wasn't all a hit.
Yeah, I didn't need this for sure. I thought I needed it, but I didn't need it. After I found out. Unfortunately, that's how it always goes, whether it's women or Star Wars Visions.
Right.
I need it. Oh shit, all that comes with it too.
Always leave that bad taste in your mouth and an itchy crotch. Just bullshit.
I don't know. So, anything else you want to talk about with Star Wars Visions, or you think we got this thing?
No, we pretty much got it.
This is why no one watches our shows.
Right. They're like, fuck, you know what? These guys are completely relatable. I need somebody that's a voice of positivity to make me stomach this shit.
Yeah.
Well, not here. God damn it. Not here.
We're too real. Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Tales.
I'm fucking excited for that. I know you're not as excited as I am.
I'm probably going to love it when I watch it.
I'm fucking so stoked. I don't care how stupid it's going to be.
Yeah.
I'm fucking excited. Like that holiday special, that was dumb as shit, and that was fun.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it took 2 times of me watching it to really enjoy it, but this one, I got a good feeling about it.
Well, I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm hoping it's better than my perception is right now of it, of its possibility. Anyway, are we going to be doing a group watch of that anytime, or are we just going to wait until next Monday and then just do a review?
Well, shit, I thought we were doing a group watch on Friday.
Okay, what time are we doing? Because I don't remember. Let's work this out live.
My phone just says all day.
Okay, well, there you go.
We will I'm thinking probably after work or early in the morning.
Yeah. Well, in either case, we'll figure it out offline, and I'll make sure to put a notice up so everyone can tune in live and watch that with us if you're so inclined. It should be good. It's got to be good. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a horror anthology that's Star Wars.
Yeah.
What can go wrong?
Dun dun dun.
Dude, just this fucking B1's coming out like zombies, man. I just give me a half hour of that.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I have. Anything else you want to do?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you all for watching, or not. No, we appreciate you tuning in, and if you enjoy, this sort of honest opinion, we're not trying to blow smoke up a studio's butt. We're trying to share our personal experience of it. If you love this, let me know wlike I would love
Yes,
to hear it.
Please tell us how we're wrong.
I need to hear
We
it,
need
to be
this back
honest.
and forth.
I feel like I'm just punching myself right in the junk every time I watch a new Star Wars thing. So please help me.
Yeah, definitely.
If you like what we do here, subscribe to the YouTube channel and like every video. I don't know. That's it. Thanks for watching. Until the Infernal Brotherhood convenes again, my fellow scruffy-looking nerf herders, may the Force be with you.
I've got a bad feeling about this. I didn't like how that was on the